Woke up for the sun bled on the silo walls. Mud on my boots, answering nature's calls. Got dirt on my hands, a prayer on my breath. Working this land, cheating my own death. From dirt to dollars, yeah, we're making our own luck. With sweaty diesel, in a beat-up truck. This ain't no silver spoon, it's calloused hands and grit. Yeah, from dirt to dollars, and we ain't gonna quit. The bank man laughed, said I was just a fool, planting my dreams against all of his rules. But every planted seed was a promise in the ground, waiting for the rain to come and turn it all around. From dirt to...
Welcome back, farmers. My hard survival challenge. Right where we said we were going to be, pretty much. We're heading in to sell whatever you want to call this. I don't even know if you want to classify it as wood at this point, but I don't expect to get much out of it. So alright, so $830. I guess it's better than nothing. Alright, so what we did is pretty much what we talked about in the last episode. I went through and I cleaned that whole area out. I just got rid of the trees. No money for them, just got rid of them. I could have took the time and cut them all down, cut them all up nice and neat, but we weren't messing with that. So I cleared the area out behind the shed, as you can see. Got rid of all the crap back here, the trees and whatever else there was. I cleaned this area up so it's not so crappy looking. The reason I didn't get rid of these originally when I was building this farm here, because if you guys remember my very first episode, I talked about it. This was another bunch of like a farm building, stuff like that. I got rid of all of it, and I built this here for, us created the fields. The fields aren't even on the map as, regular fields. My plan was to set all this stuff back in here, like, in this area. But the game's not letting me. It's saying access restricted or whatever. You can't really place anything back here, and I've tried landscaping tools, I've tried all the stuff that I know, and I can't get anything back here. So we had to move the yard out a little bit farther than I wanted. So this became kind of dead area, which I didn't like. So we're just going to use it to make an extra income. I could put a field back here, technically, I guess. But we're going to make it trees for right now. Maybe later on we'll switch it to a field, I don't know. We're going to make probably 2 rows of trees for us to sell and collect money in our spare time. I don't want to, overkill it and start growing a whole bunch of trees, but, plant a pallet of trees, whatever. I was on a pallet like 20 or whatever. Just continue to do that. And we cut them down, replant them. But anyway, so that's what we're going to do. So today's episode, we're going to go into and buy our baler first. I want to get that out of the way. It's not looking good on having. Hold on, did I check the sales store before I buy anything? I know we're not going to be lucky enough to have the equipment we're looking for in here, but gotta check and make sure. I've got a few things I want. I want a roller, a grass roller, but we have the hand one, but apparently I don't know if there's a glitch in it. I'm going to try it again when we need it, but if that's glitched and we have to replant that whole field, that's going to suck again, but because we can't afford a good roller yet. So alright, so nothing's in there obviously, so we're going to go back to balers. We're going to get our cheap baler. Buy. Alright, so we have that. And then we're going to buy our trees, which I think is going to pretty much take the rest of our money. So we're probably going to have to, might have to sell a couple of these taller trees here, which ain't no problem. I tore down all the crappy looking ones. So. It's under tools. Oh, there it is. Alright, so let's put it right. Let's just put it right here behind our trailer. Out of our way. And I think we have to buy a pallet of. Did I put that backwards? I did. 1 second. Can you pick it up and move it? Alright, 1 second. Let me fix this. Alright, it's that's fixed. I need to figure out where our pallets are. Saplings. $1,000. We're gonna go with the log pole pine. Well, these is with $2,000. We'll run to the store, grab this. Unfortunately, it looks like we're going to be using our hand harvester again, which I'm not excited about by any means. But we got to do what we got to do. There's only so much money. Well, I guess we can't expect to upgrade everything at once as much as I'd like to. Well, look out. Crazy driver. I really wish I had a steering wheel set up for this game. It would make it amazing, but I don't. Coming in hot. If the game will let me pick up that baler, I'm going to bring it back with us. If not, I'll get it on a different time. I don't know how generous the game's going to be on that aspect. We'll see if we can load these without wrecking our life here again. Not the best, but it'll work. Nope. Game hates us. Alright, so I'm gonna get these back to the farm and then I'll show you guys, if you guys haven't seen how this mod works. It's pretty cool. I do not know how long they take to grow, so I imagine it'll probably be a while. Man, it's trees. I don't expect them to grow overnight. Look, guys, I have the right of way at all times, okay? Just deal with it. Coming in hot. Alright, so you pick up the shovel. Then you're supposed to be able to just I think the game's gonna, so we're gonna put this on the ground. Get rid of this truck, because I think the game's going to try to put us in a truck if we don't move it. Alright, so you have the shovel. Then you look at this, it says remove from pallet. Not pilot. Pallet. And I think you can hold 10 trees at once. Yes, you can hold half of them. Then you can plant the trees. So we're not going to go quite down this far with them. We're going to stay on this side of the field, because I might wind up actually just extending that field a little bit next time we do something with it. Alright, so let's go back here. We'll plant one. Oh, it's B. And then you plant the tree. So we're gonna try to plant them decently apart. They're not gonna be perfect, obviously. Yeah, this is hard survival challenge, so I have to find out every way possible we have making money. And this is another way for us to make money. We got a lot of land we want to buy. We got, I want to build a whole yard eventually. Buildings, farmhouse. Don't want to live in that little camper shed forever, so I'm going to plant 10 of them here. And then I'm going to plant the other 10 on the other side of it. So we'll have 2 rows of 10. I could probably plant more, obviously, through here, but like I said, I don't want to overdo it and start making so much money that not horribly crooked, I guess. So we got to go back over and refill our backpack. Obviously, that's the rest of the trees, so we'll go down here where we planted our first tree, which was what, right here. I planted one. I guess we. Like I said, obviously we want a little bit of gap between them. Pretty much just going to use a chainsaw for now. Eventually, maybe if we get enough money, when we start doing this on a regular basis, we might get it more equipment. But I don't think we're going to be sowing trees through the whole series. Although, apparently it makes you a lot of money. But I was getting a couple $1,000s out of some crappy wood that, was just behind my shed, versus harvesting a huge field, baling all the hay, and only getting a couple $1,000s. It's a lot easier just chopping down the trees, I think. Especially when they're nice and straight like these trees. So we're going to put our thing back. Here we go. We got 20 trees planted. Like I said, I don't know how long it takes for them to grow, but we'll find out. There we go. Nice little kit. I mean, I think there's a building too you can get, which looks fancier, but with a lot more money. So obviously I wasn't spending the money on that. Well, there we go. We got trees planted. Pretty good. Let's go check on our silage just to see how fast it is making. Is it done already? What? Holy crap on a cracker. Holy ham sandwich, I can't believe it went that quick. Oh. Wow. We only slept forward till April, I mean. So we got this, but we only got a 70% yield bonus on it because we used herbicide instead of a weeder. So I don't think there's anything left to do today, so I think we're going to sleep until May, and then I'll be back, bring you guys back. Alright everybody, looks like we have some work to do today. So welcome to May 1st, or beginning of May, whatever you want. I have set up on 3 days in a month, if you didn't notice. If you notice, our money does drop a little bit. Sometimes it's because we have the production cost and everything coming out. I think it's like roughly around $20 to $30 every night we sleep. Kind of sucks, but you know, it is what it is. But we have a harvest here ready, and obviously we do not have a harvester. I'm going to look at our day again just to be our used market. We only have $2,000, so don't. Holy crap! There's our freaking sprayer for $265. That is BS. There's a roller, but I don't think that does grass. Unfortunately, it does not look good. We do have a pressure washer, which we need to get soon, but It is what it is. Our harvester is, just want to see how much it is. Obviously, we're not going to be able to get it. And if you didn't know, I'm not doing any contracts on this series, and I'm not doing any leasing on this series. So, I don't know if I said about the leasing before. I know I have mentioned the contracts a few times. But yeah, this is the harvester we're looking for, but we need to make 16 grand before we can buy it. So it looks like we're going to be using our crappy old hand harvester again. I would buy one of these if they came up in the sale market. Do we have a corn harvester for that one? I think we do. We do have one in here, which would be nice. I don't know, we might wind up... I would love to get an international. This one here for 40,000, but actually expensive. Anyway, squirreling moment again. Fortunately, it looks like we're gonna have to use this thing, guys. So I'm just gonna do speed up probably about 4 or 5 times. We've already watched this a few times, and we're gonna harvest this field. I'll be back with you guys shortly.
Sunrise paints the eastern sky a fiery red. Got my coffee, got my boots, clear my sleepy head. Diesel engines rumbling, ready for the day. Got 100 acres calling, no time to delay. Oh, we break the ground and sow the seed. Working hands are all we need, from the dusty air to the blazing sun. We won't stop until the harvest done. Steel blade cuts the sorrel, turning black from good round. Rows on rows of promise all across this town. Praying for the rainfall, watching for the bite. Living by the seasons, working day and night. Harvest up, yeah, harvest up. Winning home. Sunrise paints the eastern sky a fiery red. Got my coffee, got my boots, clear my sleepy head. Diesel engines rumbling, ready for the day. Got 100 acres calling, no time to delay. Oh, we break the ground and sow the seed. Working hands are all we need, from the dusty air to the blazing sun. We won't stop until the harvest done. Steel blade cuts the sorrel, turning black from eastern sky a fiery red. Got my coffee, got my boots, clear my sleepy head. Diesel engines rumbling, ready for the day. Got 100 acres calling, no time to delay. Oh, we break the ground and sow the seed. Working hands are all we need, from the dusty air to the blazing sun. We won't stop until the harvest done. Steel blade cuts the sorrel, turning black from the ground. Rows on rows of promise all across this town. Praying for the rainfall, watching for the bite. Living by the seasons, working day and night. Harvest up, yeah, harvest up. Winning home. Sunrise paints the eastern sky a fiery red. Got my coffee, got my boots, clear my sleepy head. Diesel engines rumbling, ready for the day. Got 100 acres calling, no time to delay. Oh, we break the ground and sow the seed. Working hands are all we need, from the dusty air to the blazing sun. We won't stop until the harvest done. Steel blade cuts the sorrel, turning black from the ground. Rows on rows of promise all across this town. Praying for the rainfall, watching for the bite. Living by the seasons, working day and night. Harvest up, yeah, harvest up. Winning home. Sunrise paints the eastern sky a fiery red. Got my coffee, got my boots, clear my sleepy head. Diesel engines rumbling, ready for the day. Got 100 acres calling, no time to delay. Oh, we break the ground and sow the seed. Working hands are all we need, from the dusty air to the blazing sun. We won't stop until the harvest done. the eastern sky a fiery red. Got my coffee, got my boots, clear my sleepy head. Diesel engines rumbling, ready for the day. Got 100 acres calling, no time to delay. Oh, we break the ground and sow the seed. Working hands are all we need. From the dusty air to the blazing sun, we won't stop until the harvest done. Steel blade cuts the sorrel, turning black from root round. Rows on rows of promise all across this town. Praying for the rainfall, watching for the bite. Living by the seasons, working day and night. Harvest up, yeah, harvest up. Bring it home.
I missed the spot. Alright, so that took longer than I wanted it to be honest. But working with hand equipment here can only do so much. So. Alright, so from what it looks, originally I said I was going to sell all this stuff, but that was when I had planned on having a harvester by now, and I really have no place to store it. So we can actually store these pallets. I don't know why I struggle to say that so much. They're a pain in the butt. I mean, they take up a lot of room, but we can store them. So we might wind up repeating what we did last time. It just comes down to basically if we desperately need money. We have herbicide, we have fertilizer. Might have to get some regular fertilizer. I don't know, maybe some seeds. So we might have to wind up taking down. I do have. Where are they at? I have a couple trees here right on the edge of my wood line I can take down if I have to. From the research I just did, these can take a couple years to grow. I might have been better off making a field. I don't know. But I think we can. I don't know if this is one's ours or not. We might want to take that one. And that one. That one. Maybe that one. All these tall, skinny trees we might wind up taking down. And that only being because so we can sell that stuff at its prime. And plus we can get our fertilizer and stuff like that we're going to need to get through the year. We're going to need seed. We're going to need fertilizer. We might actually wind up switching up from wheat. Let's see. Yeah, we might grow some canola. Because it looks like it's a little bit more. I don't know. Does canola give you straw though? I can't remember. I don't think it does. That might be where it's better off. 1 second, guys. Let me do some. What? Okay, what about... we might be able to grow some oats too. Alright, so I think we're going to go with I think we might switch to some oats. Alright, sorry about that. I just wanted to figure that out. We are going to need a good weeder too, and that's going to be a problem because obviously we don't have the money for anything to use but our hand weeder, which really sucks. That's our plow, and fudge is our weeder. Let's see, how much is our... It is 2 meters. Let's see, what else do we have as options here? 3.5 meters. That wasn't our sale thing, and I should have bought it, but I did not. Alright, sorry about all that. So it looks like we're going to work on cultivating that and replanting it, but we need to make our straw first. We are in the heels our tractor. We're gonna need gas for this thing soon too. That sucks. Everything's coming up at once. So. Alright, so we gotta get this all ready. We're gonna bale it up. I don't think we're gonna get a lot. Maybe we will, I don't know. This game surprised me before, so.
Sun is climbing, mold is breaking gold. Got a story that's gotta be told. Fire up the diesel, hear the engine moan. Out here working to the bone. The blades are turning a silver flash. Gonna make this feel a memory of the past. Yeah, we're cutting the town, laying it low. Roll by roll, the summer grasses go. Gonna rake it up, let the sunshine break for the hay we make. For heaven's sake. Smell of clover, gusty air so sweet. Feel the rhythm in the tractor seat. Side to side, a clean and perfect line. This piece of earth, I'm proud to call it mine. Yeah, we're cutting it down, laying it low, row by row. The summer grass is gold. Gonna rake it up, let the sunshine bake for the hay we make. For heaven's sake.
Alright, that's done. So now we just gotta get the next part of our journey done. I'm gonna go ahead and go grab the baler. When I get back to the farm, I'll bring you guys back. Alright, everyone. I know I said when I got back to the farm, but we need gas. I'm just going to have to pay for it. Alright, there it was. 73 bucks. By the way, this is Elm Creek 25, if this is your first time watching my series. So, they've made some changes from the original Elm Creek, if you didn't notice. This is the starter farm, I believe, on the original Elm Creek. Didn't have the fence and stuff around it. It's pretty nice looking, to be honest. I like it. Pretty cool little addition to it, I guess you want to call it. Alright, so I'm going to go grab this baler and then I'll meet you back at the farm. Alright everyone, here we go. Our first time using our new baler. Pretty excited. Don't have to use the hand baler anymore. I don't think we're going to get a lot of bales because you got to remember this thing. Our old baler only held 700 liters. These are some massive bales. So, pretty nice to not have to do it by hand and have a million bales. And yeah, we're not going to have the amount, obviously, but we're going to have much better value, I guess you could say. This thing's a steal for $2,000, to be honest, this baler. I'm not even sure where I got them all at this point. Because I have like I don't know, it's between 400 and 500 mods downloaded for the roleplay series I'll be doing. So obviously I'm not going to use most of them in this series. Some of them, but not most of them. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and bail these guys up. And I'll bring you guys back. Or I'll jump back with you guys.
Sunrise burning through the morning haze. Got a 10-acre field and a sun-drenched days. Engine screaming, time to start the game. Gonna stack 'em high, gonna stake my claim. Bales, gotta get the bales. Lift 'em up, throw 'em down, no time for fails. Bales, hear the engine wails. Working down the dust, riding our own tails. Muscles start to ache. Every single stack is a promise that we make. Just and diesel, yeah, that's the air I breathe. Ain't no rest for us, no sweet reprieve. Burning through the morning haze.
Alright, well, unfortunately I couldn't quite get 10 bales, it don't look like, so I guess we're gonna have to save it for another day, which will probably be that field over there. But anywho, I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, like, share the videos, whatever. The paint's coming off that thing already. What a cheap piece of equipment. the subscriber count slowly growing. I'm excited to see about that. I'm trying to improve on the quality of videos. I mean, I already upload in 4K, but like the music and stuff, I've been buying, rights to make music and stuff, so you guys actually have real music to listen to instead of just, instruments like type music. You actually have singing and all that stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and hope you guys are enjoying the series. And I hope to see you all in the next episode. Thanks again.